Robert Harcourt, Enugu to Ilorin. All of Nigeria will bring you news and information will make your day. We are New 24 News Radio TV.
A lovely afternoon to you, and thanks for joining us on the news at noon on 24 News Radio and Television. President Bola Tinubu has asked electricity generation companies to grant the federal government more time to do verification and validation of the non-funding liabilities the power market says it owed. He also gave anticipatory approval for the 4 trillion naira bond program to plug the sector's liquidity hole. This followed the president's meeting with the Association of Power Generation Companies led by Kolo at the Aso Rock Presidential Villa, Abuja. Power industry, Tinubu said the sector's long neglected legacy issues are finally being addressed. The president also cautioned banks against in digital infrastructure. He said that rather than serve a mere race for certification, digital learning turns education into a ladder for empowerment and produces citizens who are digitally literate, employable, and capable of engaging in the development of the society. He stated that open distance e-learning in the country is critical to Nigeria's sustainable development and that there is need to continue to make digital learning inclusive and affordable to bridge the digital divide and ensure that no one is left behind. The NUC Deputy Executive Secretary made this call during a keynote address delivered at the maiden convocation of the Center for Open Distance and E-Learning of Babcock University. Congratulating the graduates for their perseverance and commitment to academic excellence, Mayaki urged them to consider themselves as architects of Nigeria's digital future. The federal government has described as misleading and inaccurate reports in some sections of the media that it has set a new minimum age of 12 years for admission into junior secondary school 1. Specifically, it emphasized that the minimum age for admission into JSS 1 remains 10 years. A statement by the Director of Press and Public Relations, Federal Ministry of Education, Borio Folashade, clarified that the report did not emanate from any official source and does not reflect policy. Report the Nigerian government has fixed age minimum for JSS 1 admission, while dismissing the report by universities in Nigeria in 16 years. Panic has gripped thousands of Nigerians working in the United Kingdom on certificate of sponsorship or skilled worker visas over the new regulations announced by the British government. The UK government, in its effort to control immigration, has removed over 100 jobs, including skilled workers, from COS eligibility, while the threshold for other jobs on the scheme have also been increased by at least 30%. The government removed lower skilled roles previously at RQF level 3 to 4 to 5 from COS eligibility unless they are in created temporary shortage. Patient-led jobs include managers and operators in agriculture, forestry, health, community and welfare roles, protective service roles, fire service officers, as well as creative and performing arts, professional artists, authors, translators, actors, dancers, photographers, interior or fashion design, among others. This is still the news at noon on 24 News Radio and Television. Still to come are news from the foreign scene and the world of sport. Stay with us. This is the news at noon on 24 News Radio and Television. Over now to the foreign scene. Cambodia has called for an immediate ceasefire with Thailand as the two countries have seen more than 30 people killed, including civilians, in the ongoing border clashes. Cambodia's ambassador a truce unconditionally country as for the Maris said on Saturday that Cambodia needed to show genuine sincerity in ending the conflict for fire talks to proceed. At least 32 people, soldiers and civilians killed, and nearly 200,000 displaced in the East Asian countries. A strong blast early Saturday damaged an apartment building in a suburb of Greece's second city, Thessaloniki, wounding two passers-by and shattering windows of nearby buildings. 6 cars were also damaged in the explosion in the suburb of Sikes, and anti-terror police were probing the incident. The blast damaged the ground floor of the building, leaving gaping holes in the walls. The head of the prison officers lives in the building, according to police reports. Police sources also said that a young man and woman were passing at the time of the blast were injured by shades of glasses. Coming from the world of sports, Ghana's Black Queens secured third place at the 2024 Women's Africa Cup of Nations after a dramatic 4-3 penalty shootout victory over South Africa at the Labi Zaoli Stadium in Casablanca on Friday evening. The bronze medal match ended 1-1 in regulation time. The clash was a rematch of their earlier group stage encounter where defending champions South Africa had defeated Ghana 2-0. However, this time, the Black Queens avenged that loss in a tense contest that ultimately required penalties to settle. That is a wrap on the news at noon on 24 News Radio and Television. Do stay tuned for more programs will be coming your way in the course of the day. My name is Grace Nwafo. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon.
From Abuja to Lagos, Sokoto to Port Harcourt, Enugu to Ilorin, all across Nigeria, news and news on TV. From Abuja to Lagos, Sokoto to Port Harcourt, Enugu to Ilorin, all across Nigeria, we bring you news and information that will make your day.